Excuse me. Okay, so what I was going to say is that in the comments, I've had some people come in there and say, well, I don't think it was that way. You're wrong. It's this. Or then I had this lady come in and said, and she wrote the biggest, longest paragraph. Well, this is her energy and she's a water sign. Blah, blah, blah. Don't do that in my comments, y'all. I'm the tarot card reader, not you. If you're another tarot card reader, you don't come in my comments and tell me that I'm wrong or what her energy is or something like that. If you want to comment about my reading, what you think happened to her, fine. But you don't come and tell me that I'm wrong. I've been a tarot card reader for 30 years. 30 years, y'all. 30 years. And I've never been wrong in my life, okay? So don't come in my comments telling me I'm wrong or no, it wasn't this way, it was this way. You're not a tarot card reader. You're not psychic. You don't talk to spirits. So don't come at me like that. There you go. Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. This is Jasmine. I have a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 card spread here for you. Okay, this is going to be about Brian Laundrie. He's the boyfriend of Gabby Pepito. So I heard a 3-minute clip today that he also is missing. She's the girl that came up missing because they went on a trip together. Or actually, they were, living in their van, and she disappeared. They had a fight. She disappeared, and he came back without her in her van. And I've already done a video on her. If you haven't watched it, please go watch that. So now they're saying he is missing. Okay, and that's all I've seen is just this 3-clip video that he is missing as well. I think the parents contacted the police, and now they're looking for him. Okay, so I've shuffled and shuffled here, and I came up with a lot of cards, and I asked these questions. But first, I'm going to say this video is not made for kids. If you're under the age of 18, please click off now. This video is my brand. Do not attempt to copy it for any reason. Everything else is going to be in the disclaimer box, y'all. And if you want a personal reading, contact me with the email down below, and I'll get back at you. Okay, let's get started with the first reading. I wanted to know his character first, so I asked about his energy and his character, and I got the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Now, when the King of Pentacles is in the upright, this usually means a family man that works hard, has money, wants to take care of their family, things like that. And I do feel like he was this way in the beginning with her. He wanted to take care of her. He worked hard for his money, he wanted to be a family man, things like that. But it fell in the reverse because he no longer feels that way. Not that he didn't want to feel that way. It's just that all the things that happened between those two, because they fight a lot. They do a whole lot of bickering, fighting. So he's no longer in this energy anymore. And when they went on that trip, he wasn't in that energy anymore. So that's why the card flipped. He feels like, or he was feeling like, things were different, a little bit different because they fight too much. He wasn't so sure that he wants to be a family man anymore, things like that. So that's why that card popped up. Now, their relationship had a no victory because I asked about the relationship. In this card, this is the Ace of Swords. This is the Sword of Victory. You see the victory crown here, and it's the hand from the heaven coming out, offering victory, but it's a double-edged sword, so it fell for them in the reverse. So this means there was no victory to their anything that they tried, because they've been bickering for a long time. They've been at each other's throats for a long time. Their relationship wasn't working, and he pretty much knew that, but he just kept hanging on and hanging on and hanging on because she would cry, throw fits, things like that. So, but it shows no victory. They had no victory. Okay, so now he came up missing. So I asked, why did he leave? Where is he? What is he doing? So I got the card of, hold on, 5. This is the card of 8 of Cups. This is someone that's leaving. Okay, now I got this one. This is the card when someone's searching for something different, but I'm getting that he's leaving because he's actually afraid of what's going to happen to him. He's in much, much fear right now. He feels a lot of fear. So he's pretty much in hiding, and he does have suicidal thoughts. Also, this is the big mistake that the police made, because if they had were watching him and following him, they would have found where she's at, because he returned to where she's at. Okay, he's already there. He went there, and excuse me, he's probably gone by now or moved the body, is what I feel. Now, in my last video, I did see the death card. It was in the reverse, but I do feel like she's expired, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I feel like he returned to where she's at, and he tried to either hide her in a different place or move the body or something like that, because he began thinking, and he started getting afraid that maybe they're going to find it, or maybe they're going to, find something there that was his, or something like that, to that effect. So he went back to it. Now, since he wasn't giving the police any, the police said that he wasn't giving them any, answering any questions, but they weren't watching him. They didn't arrest him. They didn't bring him in for questioning, nothing like that. So that's their own fault that they weren't doing that, because if they had somebody watching him, they could have actually followed him exactly to where the place she's at, and they would have found her already. It would have been solved this quick. But since they didn't have anybody watching him, it's already too late for that, because I feel like he did move it. Now, I did ask, did he move it, and then she passed away? Or, did he do away with her? Did he hurt her in some kind of way? I got the yes card. The 9 of cards is the yes card to any answer that you may ask. If it falls in the upright, it means yes. The answer is yes. This is the genie granting your wish or granting your answer. In this case, it means yes. So I asked all 3. Did he go back to the body? Did he move it? And did he, accidentally kill her? Because in the first video, I said it was an accident, and I still believe that. I don't believe he's a murderer. Okay, I believe that it was an accident. I believe they got into another fight after the police had left them that day. I feel like he told her, it's over. I don't want to do this anymore. It's too much problems. We were not making it. It's done. And she went berserk and went at him, and he fought back, and she fell. She fell, flipped over, hit her head, something to that effect, and died. Okay, I'm going to say it, y'all. I'm going to say it because that's what I believe. I don't believe she's hiding anywhere. I don't believe she ran off anywhere. She's not mentally fit for that or emotionally fit for that, because she's a very emotional girl, and she needs people. She needs help. She's not strong on the inside enough to be off in the wilderness by herself. She would have already called her parents and told them, hey, come get me, or a friend or somebody like that. So I do believe she's expired. Okay, so now we got the this is the 7 of Swords in the reverse. I got it in the reverse, but in the upright, this is the sneaky card. This is someone that steals energy. This is his energy right now. In the reverse is his energy. Okay, so this means that truths are coming out. When you get it in the reverse, the thief that stole something, okay, what did he steal? He stole her life, and he's hiding. Okay, he's hiding. He's looking back, tiptoeing, making sure no one's seeing him steal these swords, but left evidence behind. Okay, with that evidence, see, that's what he's afraid of. That's why he left, because he feels like he left something behind or something. He went to go clean up the mess. Okay, because he feels like he left something behind, and that's evidence. So he went back to go check. Okay, but it fell in the reverse for him. So in the reverse, it means that the evidence is going to be found. That truth is going to be known. Truth, the thief that stole the life, he might even come out and admit it if he don't commit suicide, because he's very, very suicidal, and that might happen for him. Okay, but he might write a note. I'm hearing from spirit that he might write a note and say, this is what happened, and then do away with himself. Or he might just come forward, because he can't stand the pressure. He's the type that he can't hold all that in his mind. He can't stand the pressure of it. It's too much for him. So I do feel like there's a truth coming to whether he's either going to write a note or make a phone call or something to that effect and tell the truth before he does what he's thinking about doing. And he's thinking about, hurting himself or something like that, or just turning himself in. But the truth is coming, y'all. It's coming. This is set in stone. This is coming. All right. The truth will be known. Again, I asked if she was gone, passed away. This is the hangman. This is when someone is moving from another level to a higher level. I get this a lot when people pass away. It's not the death card, but it can mean the same thing, because when people are ascending to another place, they get this card. This is ascending. When a person has passed away, you get this card, and they're ascending into heaven or into a higher place. You see how the light is around the person's head, and that represents, as they're in the light, they're ascending, going away. So I do feel like she is gone and she is ascending. I do feel like she was earthbound in my first reading, but I do feel like now that she is moving to a higher place. I feel like at first she didn't know what, her spirit didn't know what had happened to her, but now there's been a few days or weeks or whatever it's been a few weeks. I feel like now she knows, and she's moving up and out. They're calling her. They're literally calling her up and to go ascend, Now I kept shuffling and shuffling. These three fell out together once, and I put them back because I didn't feel like I had asked this question here. I'm going to tell you what this means. So I put them back into the deck, and then as I was shuffling, they fell out together again a second time. I put them back a second time. And then as I kept shuffling, they fell out a third time together. So I feel like Spirit wants me to express this, what this meaning is. And I'm going to tell you what this is. Okay. So I didn't ask about a third party, and no one has mentioned a third party, but I do feel like there was one at one point in their relationship. I do feel like there was a third party, and I feel like they would argue about that. Now, it might have not been like, maybe he slept with someone else or something like that, but maybe there was someone, someone around that caused them a little bit of heartbreak, or caused them to split or argue about in the past. Okay. Now, this is the magician. When you try to manifest, this is manifesting anything you want to. They try to manifest this love relationship. Here it is. The love relationship, 8 of Wands, love rushing in. So love rushed in for them when they first met. And, from there they were going strong together. This is really quick. This is when something happens quick. We met, we fell in love, we were together, we're moving, we're going here, we're going there. It happens quick, okay? This is what they were trying to manifest with their relationship, but it fell in the reverse. So that means that they failed at it. It didn't work. It didn't come out that way they wanted it to. Why? Because there was a third party. I don't think anyone ever knew about this, because I don't feel like she spoke about this or they talked about it. But I think at one point in their life, this happened, which made them argue all the time, which made their energy change, because at first they were getting along very, very well when they first met. But then their energy started changing, where they would bicker more and more and more and more, to where it became toxic. They're in a toxic karmic relationship. Okay, and I already said that in the first video. If you haven't watched it, please go watch it so you can better understand what I'm talking about when I say toxic karmic. Okay, they're in a toxic karmic relationship, which means it's destined to end. Okay, it's destined to end, but it doesn't end because they keep going, trying to make this happen, make that happen. And it doesn't happen because it's destined to end. It's karmic. That means it's already set in stone. They're only passing through each other's lives, and then it ends. But some people try to hang on to that and hang on to that and hang on to that. And then you keep repeating the same scenario over and over and over. Why are we fighting and why are we doing this, that? Because you're not letting it end. Okay, so I feel like that's what these 3 cards here mean that kept falling out. Final conclusion, I didn't ask. I'm going to shuffle here in front of you, and I'm going to ask for a final conclusion. What is the final conclusion? What is the final ending for Brian Laundrie? I think his name is Laundrie. Brian Laundrie. What is the final conclusion for him? Okay. I see that he's waiting or was waiting for some type of help, but I feel like he feels like he doesn't feel like that help is coming. His parents know what happened. He told his parents what happened, and they told him to keep it a hush hush, and they hurried up and hired an attorney, but they know where she is. They know where he put her, and they know everything because he went back and he told his parents. That spirit is saying that to me right now. Okay, the Fool card keeps popping out, and I feel like this was his energy in the very beginning. He was like the fool, just going off, tra-la-la-la-la, not looking where he was going. This is the fool about to fall off a cliff here, not looking where he's going, and I feel like he's been in that energy when he first met her. All right, and the most part, for the most part of their relationship, he was like the fool. That's her there. Give me the final conclusion for, that's the Page of Pentacles. Final conclusion for him. I see that he has no money. Like, he doesn't really have a whole lot of money. That's what that page that just popped up. Oh, there it is. That's the final conclusion. So the end of a karmic cycle. Okay, it's done. It's done. Their cycle of being together, it's over. It's done. The way they were is no more. It's over. And this also can mean death as well. Unfortunately, since they didn't let it end, it led to this kind of ending. Okay, this is what can happen if you keep trying to hang on to something and hang on to something that's karmic, and you don't let it end, then it can end tragic. And I feel like this is what happened to them. The final ending, the final conclusion came, and it ended bad because I felt like they both knew, and especially him, he knew they should have broke up a long time ago, and they didn't. She wouldn't let him. And I feel like he's talked about it before, and she wouldn't let him. No, crying, no. So it led to this horrible karmic ending. Okay, end of a karmic cycle, and that is the conclusion for their relationship. As far as him is concerned, I also feel like he's not going to make it. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I feel like he's going to tell the truth in a letter or a phone call or something. Some truth is coming out that he's going to provide before he ends it. He might end it like this. We shall see. Okay, I might have to do a second part on him. He's holding a lot of energy right now because he is afraid. He's in fear. He doesn't know what to do. He's a kid. He's young. He's not that old. I consider people in their 20s a kid because I'm in my 50s, so they're still kids. But he's in a whole lot of fear. This is a new experience that he's never experienced before and doesn't know what to do with it. He can't think what to do with it, so he ran. He ran away. Okay, so, but I do feel like he's very suicidal, and he has these thoughts, and without any help, without anyone counseling him, talking to him, he might do it, y'all. He might do it, and I kind of feel like that's what the end of the karmic cycle popped up for him as well. It's over and done. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what the news says. Yeah, it's coming soon, y'all. So I'm going to leave it at that, and there will be a part 3. And yeah. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'm sleepy, y'all. I'm very, very sleepy. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm sleepy. But thanks for watching, y'all. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up, please. Oh, and this is one thing I'm going to say. If you are in my comments, don't write to me. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put this in the beginning, so I'm going to end it here, and then I'm going to say what I got to say and put it in the beginning.